Welcome back to your weekly Oracle guidance and channeled inspiration. I am Kathleen Al, and I'm your visionary guide for parents who have been shattered by suicide. I'm so grateful to be here with you now and on a weekly basis where I go live to help you move through your week in a new way, in an inspired way. Each week, I bring you a channeled inspiration, a channeled message that I receive from the divine. And then we pick three cards from the Oracle deck, an Oracle deck. And today it's the Spirit Animal Guide by Colette Baron Reed. Each week we pick three cards to help you respond to your life versus reacting to your life. And it gives you a little guidance in addition to your channeled message. So your channeled message this week is miracles come when you least expect it. Now, I know when you've lost a child too suddenly and unexpectedly, whether it's suicide, a drug overdose, a car accident, whatever it may be, knowing that you are being guided along the way was helpful for me. And miracles came to me when I least expected it. I was at my absolute low when I was laying on my son's grave, wishing that I was no longer here. I couldn't stand the pain that was in my body, the emotional turmoil, and the thoughts that were swirling around in my head was all kinds of self-blame and judgment and really guilt about the fact that my son took his life and I couldn't save him. The miracle came at that point when I heard this message: if this happened in your life, then you're meant to do something with it. So that is when I started to step into my journey a little differently. And I started to help other people. And that I'm sharing that with you because, when the message came, miracle comes when you least expect it. Sometimes miracles come when you are at your absolute lowest. Other times they come when you least expect it. Other times it comes when it pops up and you just needed it at that moment. So trust that the miracles are there for you. Trust that you are being guided. Listen to the messages that you're receiving, whether it's a feeling in your body or a message that you receive. If it's a positive message, then it is coming from the divine. If it is a negative message, or I would call it a message of beating yourself up or blaming yourself or blaming others, then that is your ego talking to you. That is you blaming yourself a little more or making yourself suffer longer than you need to. That's called the unnecessary suffering. So know that your miracles are there for you. If you're willing to step into your journey a little differently, release some of the unnecessary suffering by walking through some of the emotions that are there, you too can feel some of the miracles that pop up in your life because they're always there. We just have to be aware of it. So with that said, we're going to draw three cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck to ask, what is it that we need or you would like us to know for this week, for August 8th? Please show us what we need or you'd like us to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So these cards are guidance. And now if you're watching this on a replay, then there's messages for you there as well. Show us what we need or you'd like us to know. Whoops, that one just popped out. Let me grab it. See the big picture. And here's the next two. And they all just popped out. So Giraffe Spirit, number 29. See the big picture. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. And number 43, Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. So this week, what you're being guided to be aware of is that there's a bigger picture here that you're not aware of. And when we're stuck in that grief, when we're stuck in that unnecessary suffering of the guilt, the shame, the blame, the turmoil, all of those emotions that we tend to beat ourselves up with, we're not able to see the big picture. So this week, tend to the smaller voices that are there. Tend to the voice that is critical to you, and hold yourself in compassion. There's an ability to see clearer this week by allowing those emotions to flow through, by releasing. I keep saying releasing, but it's not releasing. About allowing yourself to hold yourself in compassion, to know that you're being held, that none of this is your fault, that everyone has a journey and we have no control over what other people choose to do or not do. And so there's a bigger picture here. And remember that there's a bigger picture that's happening that we have no control over. That if the things that we do have control over are the smaller things, the thoughts that we have going on in our head, the actions that we take or the actions that we don't take. This week, step into your journey just a little bit differently. Allow yourself to be held. Allow yourself to go out in nature and be curious about the signs that you might be seeing, and know that you can see clearly this week. Allow yourself to feel the love that's there for you as you hold yourself in peace and in love and self-compassion. Because the only way that you're going to be able to truly live from this point forward with this added major piece to your puzzle of your life is to let yourself feel the compassion that's there for you, and to know that there's a bigger picture here that we have no idea what is. The only way we're going to be aware of that is if we allow ourselves to move through the emotions that are there, that are keeping you stuck in the unnecessary suffering that you're in right now, or that you may not be. But if you're in some unnecessary suffering, which means self-blame, guilt, shame, any of those emotions, it's time to step into them a little differently. And if you need help with that, I'm here at KathleenL.com. I'd love to talk with you. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.